Hey, how's it going, everyone? Let's just get right into the video. So this is a very, very good day for Drake fans. Very, very good day for Drake fans. We just got the release of the album. It literally just dropped. I just had a chance to listen to it. It's about an hour long, and I figured I would just talk about my thoughts, just general like first impressions, what I thought about this album. And first of all, let me just say this is probably the best album that Drake has ever had. I've been a fan of Drake for a really long time, and I'm speechless with some of these tracks. Some of these tracks are blowing my mind. I was losing faith for a little bit because Drake was really like. I wasn't a huge fan of Certified Lover Boy, but when he dropped Actually Nevermind, that really like won me back over with Drake. I've been following him since. If you're reading this, it's too late. So I've been around for a long time watching and listening to Drake. So like this, man, I'm so excited. Let's just get into this. First of all, the track list. He didn't reveal anything before the fact with this album. This album was pretty much a mystery up until like an hour and a half ago. We didn't even know what the track list was, but now we have an entire track list, everyone. So if we look at it right here, we can see we start off with Golden Retriever Fantasy Garden, and then For My featuring Lil Yachty, and then we have Chimney Head, followed by Never Ever, Stella, Without Warning, I Need Love, Life is Good, and What's What. And I'm basically going to be bringing down my thoughts on each of these tracks individually. And let's go ahead and start with Golden Retriever. What a amazing... I'm just going to call it Golden Retriever. I'm not going to call it Golden Retriever Fantasy Garden just for lack of... just for time's sake. So starting off with Golden Retriever Fantasy Garden, it's really just a lovely, wonderful ballad of piano tunes. It kind of reminds me of the intro to... Certified Lover Boy, which was one of my favorite parts of Certified Lover Boy. But this one, it really just takes it to a whole new level with the instrumentation and the lush use of vocabulary. And like, he's spitting bars in this album that I've never ever thought I would hear Drake say, but I'm really into it. He's really changed his style so much for this album. It's quite short. It's just an intro. But we'll get into more later. And then it just cuts directly into the For My track, which features Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty's usually not my cup of tea. He's kind of like a meme. He's not, I don't know, I'm not a fan. But he really brought it together on this track. I was really a big fan of the way he was able to sing the vocals in this track. If you've heard it, then you know what I'm talking about. The range on his voice is incredible. He has incredible range on his voice. That was really, really cool to see. And For My, it seems to be about Drake's son. So if you don't know already, this album cover art right here is built, it was drawn by Drake's son. I don't know if that's like a reference necessarily to his son saying like For My son, but it seems like he talks a lot about his son in this track, so maybe it's about his son, guys. But next we have Chimney Head. Now Chimney Head is a very, very upbeat, very like snaggletooth, very snarly track. It's really, really like, this is probably going to be the one you hear on the radio. This is the best, most commercially viable track on this album, and it goes hard. The Chimney Head goes so hard. Like this, oh my gosh, it's so good. Like there's this trumpet part that comes in where it goes do 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 do, and it's like so goddamn good. The trumpets on this is, whoever plays the trumpet, like hats off. Like Chimney Head, this is an amazing track. Never Ever. This is more like a sad. This is a real sad track. So like when he listens to this, he actually he makes you think like, okay, we're gonna be taking things down a notch. We're gonna be going to like a really sad place, guys. And so he talks about unrequited love and just like feelings that maybe aren't reciprocated within past lovers, guys. Next we have Stella, which is a more of a transitional track. It just kind of comes and it goes pretty fast. This is maybe my least favorite, but even though like you could say it's your least favorite, but like it just kind of happens. I think it wasn't supposed to be that important on the track. Like it's just a transitional tool to get to Without Warning from Never Ever. So again, like it's my least favorite, but it does the job it's supposed to do very well. And it's very well. There's vocals on this that aren't listed here, so I don't really know who the woman is who's singing. I would assume probably named Stella. I would assume that this woman's name is probably Stella, guys, just because the way it says Stella, that it's probably the woman's probably named Stella. But ooh man, that is like the guitar solo thing was really really cool. Without Warning, this is probably my favorite track on the album, guys. Without Warning is, oh my gosh, there's so many switch ups. He makes it start off sad. It starts off really sad, and then it goes all the way like level 100, just with Chimney Head, just like Chimney Head, and then it like comes back down, and it goes back down, and it gets really personal, and then it becomes about his mom. It's just really, really, really interpersonal. Then he has this whole little subplot within the song that says that's like about his uncle, and it's so cool. This is the longest track in the album, guys. It's about like 10 minutes. So this is the one you want to like sit down, make sure you're not paying attention to anything else. Listen to it. Really listen to the lyrics because it's really. Man, I didn't quite cry, but it definitely made me feel like I was gonna cry. Wow. Without Warning is like a powerful song. I Need Love is a song about how Drake needs love, guys. And this song, I think he's referring to a lot of his haters and people like Fantano who really seem to push his buttons for no reason, guys. And how he wants more love from the community because he's kind of an outlier, guys. He's a little bit of a what do you call it? He's an underdog. Drake is a bit of an underdog. He's never as successful as maybe the other ones. People don't like think like, oh, Drake is so good, like Justin Bieber or maybe like Machine Gun Kelly. So he's kind of like an underdog, and he wants to kind of pinhole himself into the community, but people keep pushing him out. They keep pushing him out of the community, guys. And it's really disrespectful to see people doing this to Drake because all he wants to do is be loved. He just wants love. And that's what this song is about, titled I Need Love. Coming in at the second to last track, we have Life is Good. Now, it doesn't say it on this, but DJ Khaled is on this track. Because you can tell because he says his name multiple times. He's like, DJ Khaled, come on track. And then DJ Khaled's like, DJ Khaled! And, yeah, it's a fun song. It's a fun bop. A really, really fun bop. I really enjoyed this one. And I don't have much else to say other than, like, the bongos. Like, the bongos were fine. Like, I don't have problems with the bongos. I guess I would love to hear what it would sound like without the bongos, because the bongos really, like, encapsulated the whole thing. But I would love to hear, like, maybe a version that didn't have the bongos. Like, it makes me wish that Drake had a stem player so I could hear the non-bongo version of Life is Good, because some parts of DJ Khaled's lines were just kind of, like, muffled out by the bongos. And then finally, the closing track, What's What, is about 6 minutes of Drake just singing his heart out. Like, he is singing so much. Like, no rapping here, just full-on singing. I felt like I was in a musical for a little bit listening to this. And it's really beautiful to see how well he's established himself as a singer instead of a rapper. So, like he doesn't need to just rap anymore. He can just be a full-on singer. And he's singing, like, he's really singing. I talked earlier about Lil Yachty having, like, incredible range on this album. And you can tell that they really wanted to go that direction with this album because Drake then started having like he was just able to reach these incredible heights with his voice, yeah, and it ends off with a nice like monotone noise of like this crackling and like leaves rustling. I'm not sure. I need to think about that more and like think what that is all about. But I definitely will have more and more thoughts as I think about this album, and I'll be sure to let you know what those thoughts are as they keep coming and leaving. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to let you know that I make videos like this all the time. So if you're into videos about music, I make music videos every so often. But I also make all sorts of other kinds of content too, guys. I just share my opinions on things, and we have a nice little community here. But anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of this album. Did you hear the Machine Gun Kelly reference? Did you like the album? Did you like the cover art? I initially didn't like the cover art, but now it's really starting to grow on me. It's interesting. It's really interesting. But anyway, guys, I'll talk to y'all later.